Yeah, I mean, when you're talking about, RWE, there arises the concept of, a conditional effect. Things have condition on
Hmm.
so many things. Whereas when you have RCTs, perhaps it is more marginal compared to,
Hmm.
RWE. Can you talk to the audience about, the difference between a marginal effect versus, let's say, a conditional effect?
For sure. So a marginal effect is when it's not conditioned on anything. So like if you think of a statistical, the way I found it easiest to think about it is if you think of an equation, it would be y equals x versus y equals x plus age plus x plus. Um, so they're very relevant because certain effect measures they will be the same. Um, Others, the measurements won't be the same, even if a variable is not a confounder. So, for example, say that we have coffee and it does cause happiness, and we have a variable temperature. Temperature affects happiness, but it doesn't affect whether you get coffee or not. Um, if we adjust for temperature and use logistic regression, that effect will be different than if we don't adjust for temperature. However, if you use a risk difference, so a continuous outcome, um, those effects will be the same. So it's important to keep that in mind, like what exactly we're interested in. Oftentimes in my research, it's conditional effects. And there's also ways, Adrian, I'm gonna try to pronounce the last name, Olszewski, maybe.
Yeah, 18 souls whiskey.
Um,
Yeah.
he posts a lot of good stuff about that online. And there's different like packages in R you can use. I'm sure there's equivalents in Python and other languages.